I would like to say first how I actually got to know of His Holiness. That was when I was a very, very young child. My father and my first teacher was Kyabgon Gongma Trichen Rinpoche. Used to speak about His Holiness, and so that's when I first got introduced to His Holiness. And then after that, my second teacher, Jigme Khyentse Rinpoche, also was somebody who really instilled tremendous, how can we say, admiration and trust in His Holiness, Sakya Trichen Rinpoche. And later then, after I had the opportunity, of course, to follow my another teacher, Sakya Trichen Rinpoche. In fact, having spent almost most of my life with them, they inspired in me a tremendous inspiration and trust in His Holiness. Well, actually, that's how I first got to know of His Holiness. And then, of course, after that, while I was following Kyabgon Gongma Trichen Rinpoche and Sakya Trichen Rinpoche, I've had the fortune of being in His Holiness's presence in India, in different places where His Holiness was teaching, and then also later in Europe, when His Holiness came, for example, first to France, to Dordogne. When we had the opportunity of having him there, we received from His Holiness the Vajrakalaya empowerment, and well, that's, I could say, my first introduction to His Holiness. And then after Sakya Trichen Rinpoche passed away in 2011, at that time I had the, of course, again, the opportunity to be in His Holiness's presence in Nepal. And it was actually from that time on that I had the fortune of actually following His Holiness. At that time in Kathmandu, His Holiness was giving the Guru Rinpoche empowerment from the Apam Terchen's treasures. And so from that moment on, then I have had the fortune of actually following His Holiness, whether it was in India. I had the fortune of being in His presence during the Vajrakalaya yearly drupchos that he did, and then also when he was giving the Lamje in Malaysia, and also when he gave the Vajrakalaya empowerments in Dehradun. We also had the fortune of receiving the Samyak Heruka's empowerment from His Holiness, that we had the fortune of receiving, along with many other, how can we say, really blessed and rare lineages that His Holiness held, not just in the Sakya tradition, but also from the Nyingma tradition. So, well, that's really how I had the fortune, can I say, of being immersed in His Holiness's compassionate activity.